Well, first, Jennifer, thank you for being part of the project. I asked you to tell a story because you're a woman who is in an engineering major. So I thought you would have some good stories about that. So what I want you to do is think of an experience you had at Penn State Harrisburg having to do with diversity. And then I just want you to tell me the story of that experience.
Well, as a female in engineering, I have run into a number of episodes where I have felt judged based on the fact that I was a female. My first semester here, I ran into my first situation with one of my peers who, every time I asked a question in class, he used to laugh under his breath, which made me very uncomfortable. At first, you're not really sure why someone's laughing, but then as the semester goes on, you can, develop your own perception of the pattern. But, it bothered me a little bit, but, I moved on with it. And the following semester, he actually became one of my lab partners. And in the beginning of the semester, it started off a little shaky. He was, I would say he was a bit of a jerk to me, as a matter of fact. But as the semester wore on, I developed a way to adapt to the situation by preparing harder for the labs. I came in with more prepared information and ready to go, and actually over time I could tell that he was, whether he was reluctantly willing to do so or not, he eventually started to seem like he started to respect me, and by the end of the semester there was quite a change. The following semester came and he was my lab partner yet again, and we had quite a nice working relationship that semester. So by the time it was all over, we went from feeling very judged to actually getting along quite well with one another. It was a rather nice turnout in the end, and what I came to realize is that that not only did he judge me, he judged quite a lot of people, and so that one instance that I could notice it in class, there were other instances where other people had other stories to tell.
So how did he show you respect? And can you tell me what he said or what he...
Interesting question. It was body language. He was joking around with me more, making me feel like, quote unquote, one of the boys. He would actually ask me engineering questions like, what was your result for this part of the lab? That, what I actually had to bring to the table as far as engineering goes actually was worth asking.
Right. So let's just stick with that one person. Did you have to become one of the boys, or were you allowed to be a woman in engineering?
I have to say, by the time that point reached, I didn't notice the difference. I didn't feel
You're
like
just another student.
I was just another student, exactly right. It was rather nice, actually.
And you said that you really found yourself preparing for the lab, so would you say that you had to make it happen with this student? That
I
you
did.
had to be, as many other minorities say, I had to be better than average to be accepted. And that's your experience also.
But in the end, I was a better student for preparing
Right.
more in advance,
Yes.
and plus I earned the respect.
Right.
So
Great.
it was a win-win.
Very good. Thank you for telling me your story, because I think that's going to be important for other women headed into engineering to hear. So thanks
You're
a lot.
welcome, Alan.